dividing a number by 6. How do we know whether a number is divisible by 6? The trick is that if the number is divisible by 2, at the same time divisible by 3, then that number is divisible by 6. Which means that if the number is both divisible by 3 at the same time an even number, then that number will automatically be divisible by 6 without a remainder. For example, if I write 54, can we say that 6 can divide 54 without a remainder? Well, how do we test it? We first check whether it is an even number. Because it ends with 4 and 4 is an even number, the whole of this 2 can divide, no remainder. What about 3? 5 plus 4 we know is equals to 9. And 9 is a multiple of 3. For that matter, the whole of 54 is divisible by 3 as well. And since these two conditions have been satisfied, then we'll say that 54 is divisible by 6. What if I write 78? Can 6 divide 78 without a remainder? First, let's check for the divisibility of 2. 78 ends with 8. For that matter, 2 can divide. Again, 7 plus 8, when we add, we get 15. 15 is a multiple of 3. For that matter, 78, we can divide it by 3 without a remainder. Since these two have been satisfied, that means 78 is divisible by 6 as well. Now, how do we divide a number quickly by 6 without a remainder? Let's say I have 48 divided by 6. I want to do this mentally without calculator. Now, what I have to do is that I need to learn my multiplication very well, especially when it has to do with the divisor. Like for the 6 here being the divisor, what are the multiples of 6? I should know them so handy up to, let's say, 60. That will help me a lot. So I know that from 6 in multiples, I get to 12, I get to 18, I get to 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, and so on and so forth. If I know that very well, then I can always do division by 6 without struggling. So what I'll do is that with the same approach we use for 3 and then that of 2, what we do is just look at the nearest multiple of 6 that you know closer to this number. Probably you can think of 30 plus 18. And know 30 plus 18 will give you 48. And you know you can easily divide by 6. So dividing here by 6, dividing here also by 6. In that case, you've made up the whole division in a very simple way. 30 divided by 6, because you know your multiples very well. So you can say that 30 divided by 6 will give you 5. Then plus 18 divided by 6 also will give you 3. Or more or less ask yourself, 6 times what will give you 18? No, 6 3, 18. 6 times what will give you 30? 6 5, 30. And so together we have 8. For that matter, 48 divided by 6 will give you 8. Moreover, you can also look at it and say 6 times what will give us 48. And no, 6 8, 48. So that also will help you to know the division without struggling. What if I say 72 divided by 6? Mentally, without using pen and paper, what will you do? Okay, I know my multiples of 6 very well. I can think of 60 plus 12. Because I know 60 is very easy to divide by 6. Because it's in tens. You know, you have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. That means 60 divided by 6 is 10. I mean, that's very easy. And so I'll divide here by 6, mentally divide here also by 6. And so I'm going to get 10 plus And I know 12 divided by 6 is very, very cool, which is 2. And so together I'm going to write 12, which means 72 divided by 6 is 12. And that is very simple. So there's no need for long division. You can do this long division in a very simple way. Let's say I have 144 and I want to divide this 144 by 6. Again, I want to check whether the dividend is really divisible by, a number that is divisible by 6. I know that it's obviously an even number, so it can be divided by 2. Then 1 plus 4 plus 4 will give you 9, and 9 is a multiple of 3. That means 144 is divisible by 6. Now, how will I do this so quickly? Okay, I want to think of the multiples of 6 that is very close that I can think of. Maybe 10, 20, 30, 60, 120. Okay, dividing by 120, 6 by 120 is very cool because it's in tens. Then 120 plus what will give me 144? Well, that is 24. Then I can quickly say in my head that 120 divided by 6 and 24 divided by 6. 120 divided by 6, because it's in tens and I know 12 divided by 6 is 2, I'm going to have 20, then plus 24 divided by 6, I know my multiplication of 6 very well, so 6 times what is 24? And that is 4. And so I have my 4 here. And so together I can say that 144 divided by 6 will give you 24 as the answer. And I believe you can do this mentally. You can try a lot of questions on your own, and I believe you can master this aspect of the course. Maybe try the following as an assessment. So mentally solve this, and let's see how far you can go with division by 6. You can pause the video and try it. Go ahead and pause the video.